The government is stealing from your Social Security check right now, this very moment. While you are sitting in your living room watching this video, the IRS has a secret program running that could be taking $4, $5, even $600 out of your pocket every single month. That is not a typo. I said stealing, because that is exactly what it is. Millions of senior citizens are receiving checks that are hundreds of dollars lower than what the law says they deserve. And the reason nobody is telling you about this is simple. The government does not want you to know. They would rather keep that money in their own pockets than hand it over to the people who earned it through decades of hard work and payroll taxes. But you are about to learn everything they are hiding. I have spent weeks analyzing federal regulations, IRS tax codes, new laws passed in 2025, and Social Security Administration policies. What I found will shock you. And more importantly, I am going to show you exactly what to do about it. Step by step, form by form, dollar by dollar. If you find this information valuable, please hit the like button right now. This single action helps us reach more seniors who desperately need to hear this truth. Part 1. The history of Social Security and how we got here. To understand how to protect and increase your Social Security check, you need to understand how the entire system was built. Back in 1935, during the height of the Great Depression, nearly half of all American seniors were living in poverty. Millions of elderly Americans had no savings, no pension, and no way to support themselves. They were losing their homes. They were losing their dignity. So President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act into law. That signature created a system that would touch the lives of nearly every American family. The original concept was simple. Workers pay into the system during their working years through payroll taxes. When those workers retire, they receive money back from the system. Think of it like a giant savings account that belongs to every American worker. Workers put money in. Workers take money out when they retire. That is the promise that was made to the American people. But here is what they did not tell you. The government never actually saved your money. From the very first day, they spent it. They used your payroll taxes to pay for other government programs. They left behind only a promise to pay you later with money from future workers. This is called a pay-as-you-go system. For the first several decades, this system worked beautifully. In 1950, there were approximately 16 workers for every single Social Security recipient. For every person collecting benefits, 16 people were paying into the system. That is an incredibly favorable ratio. The system was swimming in money. But something changed. Medical technology began advancing at a rapid pace. New medicines and surgical techniques kept people alive much longer than anyone expected. The life expectancy for a typical 65-year-old in 1950 was around 13 more years. Today, a 65-year-old can expect to live nearly 20 more years. Some seniors are living into their 90s and beyond. This is wonderful news, but it created a massive problem for Social Security. At the same time, birth rates started declining dramatically. In the 1950s, the average American family had nearly 4 children. By the 1980s, that number had dropped to under 2. Fewer babies born means fewer workers entering the system. Let me give you the exact numbers. In 1950, there were approximately 16 workers for every 1 Social Security beneficiary. Today, there are only about 3 workers for every 1 beneficiary. That is a dramatic collapse. By 2035, projections show there will be only about 2 workers for every 1 person collecting benefits. The math simply does not work anymore. The Social Security trust funds are the safety nets that buffer the system when payroll tax revenue is not enough. But those trust funds are running out. The most recent projections indicate that the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund will be depleted by the year 2033. That is less than 10 years from now. When that happens, the government will only be able to pay about 76% of what they owe. That means every senior's check would be cut by nearly 24% automatically unless Congress acts. A 24% cut would be devastating for millions of seniors. But here is what they are not telling you on the evening news. While the politicians debate and argue, there are legal ways right now to maximize what you receive from the system. These are rights that you have earned through decades of hard work. And in 2025, new laws have opened up even more opportunities. The Social Security Fairness Act alone could be worth thousands of dollars per year to people who were wrongly having their CHX reduced. If you are watching this and thinking about the seniors in your life, please take a moment to like this video and share it with them. This information could put hundreds of dollars extra in their pockets every single month. Part 2, the Social Security Fairness Act of 2025. Let us talk about the biggest change to Social Security in decades. In January 2025, President Biden signed the Social Security Fairness Act into law. This act was the result of decades of advocacy by seniors, teachers, police officers, firefighters, and millions of others who had been unfairly penalized. This law changed everything for nearly 3 million Americans. The act eliminated two provisions that had been reducing Social Security checks for millions of seniors for nearly 40 years. The first provision is called the Windfall Elimination Provision, also known as WEP. This rule reduced Social Security benefits for people who also received a pension from a job where they did not pay Social Security taxes. This applied to many teachers, police officers, firefighters, and state and local government workers. The way the reduction was calculated was cruel. The government would use a special formula that could slash your Social Security benefit by up to half. For some seniors, this meant losing $300, $400, even $500 every single month. Over a year, that could be $6,000. Over 10 years, that could be $60,000. Money that they had paid into the system. Money that was being stolen from them by a law the government knew was unfair but refused to fix for decades. The second provision eliminated is called the Government Pension Offset, also known as GPO. This rule reduced Social Security spousal benefits for people who received a government pension. If you were married to someone who paid into Social Security, but you yourself had a government pension, the GPO would slash your spousal benefits by 2/3 of your pension amount. Let me give you a real example. Say a woman worked as a teacher for 30 years. She never paid into Social Security because teachers in her state did not participate. She married a man who worked for a private company and paid into Social Security his entire career. When her husband passed away, she should have been entitled to receive his Social Security benefit as a widow. But instead, the GPO would take 2/3 of her teacher pension and use that to reduce her Social Security spousal benefit. For many widows, this meant receiving almost nothing from Social Security, even though their spouse had paid into the system for decades. The Social Security Fairness Act repealed both the Windfall Elimination Provision and the Government Pension Offset. If you were affected by either of these provisions, you should have already received or will soon receive a letter from the Social Security Administration explaining how your benefits are changing. Retroactive payments are being issued to people who were shortchanged while these laws were in effect. But here is what you need to do right now. If you think you were affected by WEP or GPO, do not just wait for a letter. Go to the official Social Security website or call your local Social Security office to check on the status of your recalculation. Do not be passive. Be aggressive. Demand the money you are owed. If you are one of the nearly 3 million seniors who was hit by WEP or GPO, this repeal alone could mean an increase of $200 to $500 per month in your check. That is life-changing money. That is money that you earned and the government kept from you for decades. I want to hear from you. If you were affected by WEP or GPO, please comment below. Have you received your retroactive payment yet? Are you seeing the increase in your monthly check? What difference is it making in your life? Part 3, Understanding Your Full Retirement Age. Here is something that confuses a lot of people and costs them thousands of dollars. You can start receiving Social Security at age 62. That is the earliest possible age. But that is not the same as receiving your full benefit. Your full retirement age, also called FRA, is the age at which you receive 100% of the benefit that you have earned. For people born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. That is 5 years later than age 62. The Social Security Administration has a detailed chart on their website that shows exactly what your FRA is based on your birth year. Now here is where the money gets interesting. When you claim benefits before your FRA, the government reduces your check permanently. This reduction is not temporary. It is built into your benefit for life. The reduction is about 6 2/3% for each year you claim early. If your full benefit would be $2,000 per month at your FRA of 67, claiming at age 62 instead would reduce your check by about 30%. That means you would receive only about $1,400 per month instead of $2,000. That is $600 less every single month. Over the course of a year, that is $7,200 less. Over 10 years, that is $72,000 less than you would have received if you had waited. But here is the other side of the coin. For each year that you delay past your FRA, your benefit increases by 8%. That is a guaranteed 8% annual increase. No stock market risk, just pure 8% growth on your benefit amount. This increase continues until you reach age 70. Let me show you the math with real numbers. Say your FRA benefit is $2,000 per month. If you claim at 67, you get $2,000. If you claim at 70, you get $2,480. That is $480 more every single month. Over 1 year, that is $5,760 more. Over 10 years, that is $57,600 more. The difference between claiming at 67 and claiming at 70 is over $100,000 over a 20-year retirement. Now let me be clear, waiting is not always possible. Some people need the money right now. They do not have savings to bridge the gap. That is a legitimate situation, but if you can wait, the math nearly always favors waiting. The break-even point is typically around age 80. If you live past 80, waiting pays off dramatically. The key point is this: you need to know exactly what your FRA is. You need to know exactly how much your benefit would be at age 62, 67, and 70. Go to the official Social Security website and use their retirement calculator. It is free, it is accurate, and it will give you the exact numbers you need. If you found this information about full retirement age helpful, please hit the like button. These are numbers that could change your life. Part 4, the earnings test and how to protect your money. Now let us talk about something that hits working seniors really hard: the Social Security earnings test. This is one of the most misunderstood aspects of Social Security, and it is costing millions of seniors thousands of dollars every year. If you are receiving Social Security benefits and you are still working, the government can take back part of your check. They withhold your benefits if you earn too much money from work. The idea behind this rule is that if you are still working and earning a significant income, you do not need the full Social Security benefit yet. For 2025, if you are younger than your full retirement age for the entire year, you can earn up to $23,400 without having your benefits reduced. For every $2 you earn above that amount, the government takes back $1 from your benefit. If you earn $33,400, $10,000 above the limit, you would lose $5,000 of your Social Security benefit for the year. But here is the key point that most people do not understand. This reduction is not permanent. When you reach your full retirement age, your benefit is recalculated to give you back what was withheld. Think of it as an interest-free loan to the government. They take your money early, and then they give it back later with no interest. For 2026, the earnings limit is increasing to $24,480. If you will reach your full retirement age during 2026, the limit is higher. You can earn up to $65,160, and the reduction is only $1 for every $3 earned above that limit, instead of $1 for every $2. There is also a special rule for the first year you claim that can save you a lot of money. If you claim benefits in 2025 and you will reach your FRA sometime during this year, the government only counts earnings before the month you reach FRA. This can make a big difference if you plan to claim partway through the year. The key strategy here is simple. If you can afford to wait, delaying your claim until after you reach FRA means the earnings test no longer applies at all. You can work as much as you want without any reduction to your check. There is no earnings limit once you reach FRA. But if you need to claim benefits while still working, you need to track your earnings carefully and plan your claim date strategically to minimize the impact. Have you had your Social Security check reduced because of the earnings test? Were you working and had money withheld from your benefits? Comment below and share your experience. Part 5, spousal benefits and the deemed filing rule. If you are married, there is a whole set of rules about spousal benefits that could mean hundreds of extra dollars in your pocket every single month. This is one of the most underutilized benefits in the entire Social Security system. Millions of people are leaving money on the table because they do not know these rules exist. Here is how spousal benefits work. If your spouse has a higher Social Security benefit than you do based on their work history, you may be entitled to receive a spousal benefit equal to half of their full retirement age benefit. If your spouse's FRA benefit is $2,000 per month, you could be entitled to a spousal benefit of $1,000 per month. That is $12,000 per year added to your household income. Over a 20-year retirement, That is $240,000. But there is a catch. It is called the deemed filing rule. When you apply for Social Security benefits, you are automatically applying for all the benefits you are entitled to at that time. The government does not let you pick and choose which benefit to take. Before 2016, there was a strategy called a restricted application that allowed you to file for only one type of benefit. For example, you could file for spousal benefits only while letting your own worker benefit grow by 8% per year. That was a powerful strategy. But Congress changed the law in 2015 and closed this loophole for anyone who turned 62 after January 1, 2016. However, if you turned 62 before 2016, you may still be able to use the restricted application strategy. Here is how it works. Say you are 62 and your spouse is 67 and receiving their benefit of $2,000 per month. You could file a restricted application to receive only spousal benefits now, which would be about $500 per month at age 62. Meanwhile, your own worker benefit would continue growing by 8% per year. By the time you reach 70, your own worker benefit could be worth $1,500 per month or more. You would switch from spousal benefits to your own worker benefit, and your total would be higher than if you had claimed both benefits early. For married couples, timing is everything. One common strategy is for the lower-earning spouse to claim benefits early while the higher-earning spouse delays. This maximizes the total household benefits over time. Here is a key point that many people completely miss. If you are divorced, you may still be entitled to spousal benefits on your ex-spouse's record. The rules require that you were married for at least 10 years and that you have been divorced for at least 2 years. You also must be unmarried currently. If you meet these requirements, you can claim spousal benefits based on your ex-spouse's earnings record even if they have remarried. And here is the best part. Claiming on your ex-spouse's record does not affect their current spouse's benefits at all. It also does not affect your ex-spouse's own benefit. So there is no reason to feel guilty about claiming what you are legally entitled to receive. If you are divorced and have not explored your options, you could be leaving thousands of dollars on the table every year. Contact the Social Security Administration or use their online tools to see what you are entitled to claim. If this information about spousal and divorce benefits was new to you, please hit the like button. These are benefits that millions of people are entitled to, but nobody is telling them about. Part 6, Survivor Benefits for Widows and Widowers. This section is specifically for the widows and widowers watching. You have special rights to Social Security benefits that could mean a dramatic increase in your monthly check. If you have lost your spouse, pay close attention because the difference between claiming correctly and claiming incorrectly could be worth over $100,000 over your lifetime. When your spouse dies, you become entitled to receive their Social Security benefit instead of your own. This is called the survivor benefit. At your full retirement age, you can receive 100% of whatever your deceased spouse was receiving or would have received based on their work history. The earliest you can claim survivor benefits is age 60. If you claim at 60, your benefit is reduced by about 28.5% compared to what you would receive at your FRA. That is a significant reduction, but for some widows, waiting is not an option. They need the money right now to cover living expenses. But here is a strategy that can dramatically increase your lifetime benefits. It is called the widow's election strategy. If you are a widow or widower and you are at least 60 years old, you may be able to claim a reduced survivor benefit now while allowing your own worker benefit to grow. Later, you can switch to your own worker benefit if it is higher than your survivor benefit. The key to making this strategy work is you understanding your own worker benefit amount. If you worked enough years to earn a substantial Social Security benefit of your own, the survivor benefit might actually be less than your own worker benefit. In that case, you would want to claim your own worker benefit at age 70 to get the maximum amount. But if your survivor benefit is higher than your own worker benefit, you would want to claim the survivor benefit and let your own worker benefit continue growing. And here is something that many people do not know. You do not have to choose between your own benefit and your survivor benefit. The government has a regulation that allows you to switch back and forth between benefits once you reach age 62. You can take your own reduced benefit early, then switch to the full survivor benefit at your FRA, and then potentially switch back to your own worker benefit later if it grows to be higher. What has been your experience with survivor benefits? Did you know you had options when your spouse passed away? Were you informed about the different strategies available to you? Please share your story in the comments. Part 7, the complete step-by-step compliance guide. Now let me walk you through the exact steps you need to take right now to increase your Social Security check. These are practical actions you can take this week. No excuses, no delay. The first step is to create a My Social Security account at the official Social Security website. This is the government portal that gives you access to all of your personal Social Security information. You can view your complete earnings record, check your estimated benefits at different claiming ages, update your direct deposit information, and request a benefit verification letter. If you have not already created this account, do it today. It is free. It takes about 10 minutes. To create your account, go to the official Social Security website and look for the My Social Security link. You will need to provide some personal information to verify your identity, including your Social Security number and date of birth. Once your account is created, you can log in anytime to see your information. The second step is to request your Social Security statement. You can do this online through your My Social Security account or by filling out Form SSA 7004 and mailing it to Social Security. The statement shows your complete earnings history, your estimated benefits at ages 62, 67, and 70, and information about any family benefits you may be entitled to. Here is a critical point. Check your earnings record carefully because errors are more common than you might think. I have heard from thousands of viewers over the years who discovered errors in their records that were reducing their checks. Some of these errors go back decades. Employers sometimes report earnings incorrectly. Social Security sometimes makes data entry mistakes. These errors can cost you money every month for the rest of your life. Take the time to verify every single year of your earnings history. If you find an error, report it immediately. The third step is to contact Social Security about specific benefits. If you believe you are entitled to a benefit you are not currently receiving, call the Social Security helpline or visit your local Social Security office. Be polite but persistent. Ask specifically about spousal benefits, survivor benefits, or any other benefit that may apply to your situation. If the first representative cannot help you, ask to speak with a supervisor. Document every conversation. Write down the date, the name of the person you spoke with, and what was discussed. The fourth step is to work with a qualified benefits counselor. The Social Security Administration offers free counseling through their approaching retirement seminars. Many areas also have Area Agency on Aging offices that offer free or low-cost Social Security counseling. These counselors can help you understand your options and make the best decision for your specific situation. They are not trying to sell you anything. They are simply there to help you navigate the system. The fifth step is to stay informed about law changes. The Social Security Fairness Act passed in 2025. There will be more changes in the future. The cost of living adjustments change every year based on inflation. The earnings limits change every year. You need to stay informed. Subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you do not miss any important updates. If these step-by-step instructions were helpful, please like this video. We put a lot of effort into making this information clear and actionable. Part 8, Understanding the Cost of Living Adjustments. Now let us talk about something that affects every single Social Security recipient every single year. The cost of living adjustment, also known as COLA. This is how Social Security benefits are adjusted to keep up with inflation. In 2025, Social Security benefits increased by 3.2% due to the COLA. That means if you were receiving $1,000 per month, your check increased to $1,032 per month. For 2026, the COLA is 2.8%. That is slightly lower than 2025, but still an increase. Nearly 71 million Social Security beneficiaries will see this increase in their checks starting in January 2026. These COLAs are critical because they help your benefits keep pace with rising prices. Without them, the fixed income you receive would buy less and less every year as inflation erodes the purchasing power of your dollar. But here is something the government does not tell you. The COLA is not guaranteed. It is calculated each year based on inflation data. If there is no inflation or if prices actually fall, there might be no COLA at all. In some years, there might be no COLA at all. This means your benefits could effectively shrink in real terms if inflation is high, but the COLA does not keep pace. Also, here is a crucial point about Medicare and Social Security working together. Many seniors have their Medicare Part B premiums deducted directly from their Social Security check. The standard Medicare Part B premium for 2026 is changing, and the annual deductible is increasing to $283. This means some of your COLA increase might be eaten up by higher Medicare costs. The government does not make this clear when they announce the COLA. Stay informed about these changes every year. Do not just look at the headline number. Look at what your net increase actually is after accounting for any changes to your Medicare premiums or other deductions. How have the COLA increases been working out for you? Are they keeping up with your actual expenses? Please comment below and share your experience. Part 9, the state-by-state breakdown. Something that surprises many seniors is the fact that Social Security benefits are not treated the same way in every state across America. 7 states actively tax Social Security benefits. 8 more states only tax a portion of them under certain circumstances. The remaining 35 states do not tax Social Security benefits at all. This difference can mean hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year in your pocket, depending on where you live. Here is the list of states that tax Social Security benefits in some form. Colorado taxes Social Security benefits just like any other income. Connecticut taxes Social Security benefits for higher-income retirees. Kansas taxes Social Security benefits but offers some exemptions for seniors. Minnesota taxes Social Security benefits based on income levels. Missouri taxes Social Security benefits but has special provisions for certain seniors. Montana taxes Social Security benefits as regular income. Nebraska taxes Social Security benefits for higher-income filers. New Mexico taxes Social Security benefits as regular income. Rhode Island taxes Social Security benefits but has specific rules about how much. Utah taxes Social Security benefits. Vermont taxes Social Security benefits for higher-income filers. And West Virginia taxes Social Security benefits. If you live in one of these states, you need to understand exactly how Social Security is taxed in your situation. Some states have income thresholds that determine how much of your benefits are taxed. Some states offer deductions or credits that reduce the tax burden for seniors. The differences are significant. In the 35 states that do not tax Social Security benefits at all, you keep every dollar of your check. That is a huge advantage compared to living in a state that taxes benefits. For a senior receiving $2,000 per month in Social Security, living in a tax-free state versus a state that taxes benefits could mean keeping an extra $200 to $400 per month. That adds up to over $2,400 per year in some cases. This is one reason why retirement location matters so much. If you are thinking about moving in retirement, the tax treatment of your Social Security benefits should be a major factor in your decision. Which state do you live in? Are your Social Security benefits taxed at the state level? What have you learned about how your state treats Social Security income? Share your location and your knowledge in the comments. Part 10, debunking the myths that cost you money. Now let me address some of the most dangerous misinformation floating around out there about Social Security. The mainstream media gets these facts wrong all the time, and these myths are costing seniors millions of dollars every year. Myth number 1, you should claim Social Security as soon as possible because you might not live long enough to benefit from waiting. This is one of the most destructive myths in all of personal finance. Yes, some people die young, but the statistics strongly favor living past your break-even age. If you are in average health at age 62, you can expect to live well into your 80s. Many people live into their 90s. The longer you live, the more waiting pays off. Waiting until age 70 gives you an 8% annual increase in your benefit. That increase is permanent for the rest of your life. Do not let fear of dying early cause you to make a decision that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Myth number 2, Social Security is going to run out of money and you will get nothing. This is absolutely false. Even if the trust funds are depleted, payroll tax revenue will still come in. The government will still be able to pay about 76% of scheduled benefits even without any congressional action. Cuts are coming, but a total elimination of benefits is not happening. Social Security is the third rail of American politics. No politician in either party will ever allow a complete collapse of the system. Myth number 3, you should not take Social Security early because you will lose money. This is not always true. If you have a serious health condition that limits your life expectancy, claiming early may be the right choice. If you need the money to cover essential expenses and have no other resources, claiming early may be necessary. The decision depends entirely on your individual circumstances. Myth number 4. The Social Security Fairness Act fixes everything for everyone. This is also not true. The Act only repeals WEP and GPO. It does not change other rules that affect benefits. Many seniors are still subject to the earnings test. Many are still subject to the deemed filing rule. Do not assume that one law solves all of your problems. If you found these myth-busting facts helpful, please like this video and share it with others who might be operating on false information. Part 11, the future outlook and what you must do now. Let me be absolutely clear about something. Social Security is facing a genuine crisis. The trust funds that pay for benefits are running out of money. Without congressional action, automatic cuts to benefits are coming. But here is what nobody in the mainstream media is talking about. Even with those cuts, the strategies I have outlined today will still matter enormously. Maximizing your benefit, understanding your options, and claiming at the right time will always be important. The most recent projections show that the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund will be depleted by 2033. When that happens, benefits will be cut automatically. But Congress has tools available to fix this. They can increase the payroll tax rate. They can increase the taxable maximum. They can raise the full retirement age, or they can use some combination of these approaches. What will actually happen? Nobody can predict the future with certainty. But history suggests that Congress will eventually make the tough choices because the political pressure to protect seniors will be overwhelming. When the trust funds start running low, the government will likely make gradual changes rather than sudden dramatic cuts. In the meantime, the strategies I have outlined today are still valid and more important than ever. If you are already receiving benefits, check your earnings record today and make sure you are not missing any benefits you are entitled to. If you are approaching retirement, plan your claim date carefully. Consider the impact of state taxes on your benefits. Think about the earnings test if you plan to work while receiving benefits. These are all things you can control right now. What do you think is going to happen to Social Security over the next decade? Do you trust that Congress will protect benefits, or are you worried about cuts? Comment below and share your thoughts. Part 12, the complete action checklist. Before I wrap up this video, let me give you a complete checklist of everything you need to do this week to start increasing your Social Security check. Step 1. Create your My Social Security account at the official Social Security website today. Do not wait. Do it now. It takes 10 minutes and it is completely free. Step 2. Review your earnings record line by line. Look for any errors. Look for any years that are missing. Look for any discrepancies that could be costing you money. Step 3. Request your Social Security statement. Use it to verify your estimated benefits at different claiming ages. Know exactly what you are entitled to receive. Step 4. Check if you were affected by WEP or GPO. If you were a teacher, police officer, firefighter, or government worker who also paid into Social Security, you may be entitled to significant back payments and ongoing increases. Step 5. Explore spousal benefits if you are married. Make sure you and your spouse are both claiming at the optimal times to maximize your household income. Step 6. Explore survivor benefits if you are a widow or widower. You may have options that you have not yet exercised. Step 7. Calculate your full retirement age and understand the impact of claiming early versus waiting. Step 8. If you are still working while receiving benefits, calculate your earnings limit and plan your work schedule to minimize benefit reductions. Step 9. Consider your state of residence and how it affects your Social Security taxes. A move to a different state could increase your effective income significantly. Step 10. Subscribe to this channel and enable notifications. Stay informed about law changes that could affect your benefits. If you found this checklist useful, please like this video and save it so you can come back to it whenever you need to. Part 13. The final warning and call to action. I want to end this video with an important warning. There are people out there who want to take advantage of seniors. They will promise to increase your Social Security check for a fee. They will sell you plans and strategies that are either illegal or simply do not work. They will call you on the phone and pretend to be from the Social Security Administration. They will ask for your Social Security number and demand payment for services you do not need. Be very careful. The strategies I have outlined today are completely free. They are legal. They are available to anyone who takes the time to understand the rules. You do not need to pay anyone to access them. If someone is charging you money to help you with Social Security, be suspicious. Ask for credentials. Check with the Social Security Administration to verify any claims. And never, ever give your Social Security number to someone who calls you unsolicited. That is a scam. The Social Security Administration will never call you and ask for your Social Security number or demand payment over the phone. Protect yourself, protect your family, and stay vigilant. If you found this video helpful, please like it and share it with others. The more people who see this information, the more seniors we can help. Every like, every share, and every comment helps us reach more people who need to know about these strategies. Together, we can make sure no senior gets shortchanged by a system they paid into their entire lives. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. And remember, the government is not going to tell you about these strategies. You have to be your own advocate. You have to stay informed. And you have to take action right now. The money is waiting for you. Go get it. If this content helped you or someone you know, please share it widely. Every senior deserves to know how to maximize their Social Security benefits. Subscribe for more investigative watchdog content like this, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when new critical information is released.